All right, I'm here. Here we go, y'all. Let's see. All right. Make sure sound is good. All right. Let's see. Got a few people in here. James, Ulysses, man. Lolita, what's up? All right. Marcus. All right. So yeah, man. Let's go ahead and get into some talk, man, about this past weekend. It was a pretty good card. That's why I want to start first. I want to talk about UFC Austin, man. This turned out to be a good card. I mean, men, women fights, however you want to look at it. Just in general, it was a good card. The majority of it was men fights, but I have to say it was a really, really good fight night card. Probably better than some pay per views, right? I think this was definitely better than some of these pay per views out here. It definitely delivered. I know a lot of people didn't agree with the Qatar and Emmett decision. But it was a tough fight, back and forth. I think Emmett could have edged it out, but it was still a good action packed fight. Other than that, I mean, if we kept this card moving last night, this card was always moving. I mean, we had, I want to say 13 fights. Let me count the finishes now that we're here. Hold on. Let me go ahead and pull up the card. Let's see. We started off, I mean, the first fight was a good knockout. That Roman and Kyle fight, Kyle Dawkins, that was a good fight. I mean, it was a good knockout. But let me see. Hold on. We had 5 on the prelims, 6, 7, 8. One. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. So it's 8 finishes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's 8. Okay, it's 8 because it tied with. I think it tied with the previous card I heard. Korean, what's up? 2B say, yo, Derek, what's going on? Yeah, man, this card was on point, man. I mean, we went right into some explosion from the Roman Kyle fight into Phil Halls and Dern win. Now I want to go over that fight real quick, man. Because Hall's win going into that fight, it was supposed to, on paper, it was wrestler versus wrestler, right? But I knew for some reason this one was going to be like two fighters going to cancel wrestling out and it was going to be a striking match. And Halls, he was delivering. I mean, me as a striking fan, I was loving that jab. Halls was killing him with that jab. He was just killing him with straight strikes, right straight to the chin. I mean, just hitting him with anything and everything he was throwing. Wynn just did not know how to make up for that height disadvantage. Halls was using his reach. He was using his height. He was 6 inches taller, and he was just using every bit of that. It was almost like George Foreman and Joe Frazier. Constantly touching him, constantly cracking him in the head, knocking him back, and Wynn was taking some punishment, man. I think there was a couple points where they could have stopped it, but they kept letting it go. Wynn, he never stopped trying, stayed on his feet majority of the fight. But I mean, Halls was just killing him. So that was a good second fight, man. Then we went into that. What's his name? Cody Stallman fight. Another first round knockout. It was killing him, man. Even the Oliveira DePaula fight, even if it wasn't a knockout, it was an entertaining strawweight fight. It was good. That was a good fight. I wasn't expecting like high level, but it was a good fight. I know some people thought DePaula won. Yeah, could have went either way. Oliveira, she used that volume and outworked her. After that fight, we went right back into another first round knockout, Ramos and Chavez, man. I'm like, what's going on? What were these fighters on, man? That knockout, uh, Jeremiah Wells, that court when he knocked out Court McGee. So yeah, these dudes just knocking people out, man. I mean, I'm trying to just go through each one of them, but I'm also looking at some highlights while I'm doing this. So, um, and then to cap off the prelims, Jazzy and Natalia, that was a good fight. A lot of people don't know, Natalia Silva. This was her first fight back in almost 2.5 years. It's a bit her first fight back in almost 2.5 years, and she looked good. She looked darn good. I mean, after that time off, I've seen some of her past fights, and she actually looked like an even better version of herself. So, whatever time she was taking off, it definitely worked out for her. Silva, I know, was dealing with an opponent that doesn't really have hands, but Jasmine talked herself into a big fight. You know what I mean? She came out with the hype, all of this play, pointing the finger and everything, but it just didn't pay off, man. Now, see, Natalia says she's ready for it, top 15 opponents, but let's hold off on that. That was a recent post she said on her interview after the fight. But yeah, she's not ready for. I like the confidence, but no, I want to see a couple more fights from her before we jump in and say, top 15. You know what I mean? Like, her skills look good. I want to see them skills against, a better level of fighter, though. Let me see what y'all talking about. Okay, that was the prelims, though, y'all. Nothing but knockouts, except for the women. They were decisions, but they were still good fights. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 to 5 finishes with first round KOs or, TKOs, whatever. Let me see that. Jeremiah Wells, though, that was a vicious one. Hold on. Jeremiah Wells. Yeah. I was on here doing a quick post fight show, so I was kind of missing the first couple fights, so I had to go back and watch them. But man, let me look at this highlight. So we'll see Jeremiah keeping that range, threw an overhand right miss, cracked McGee with the left hook, and he is stretched out on his back. That was vicious. I mean, he was already out. I mean, he threw a couple extra blows, but I mean, he was already out. And you see Herb Dean had to run. Where was Herb Dean at, man? That was crazy because let's look at the placement of the ref in this one. Like, all right, Herb Dean was like all the way across the other side of the cage. Right when the left hook land, he sees it. He goes down. He takes off running across the octagon, man. I was like, what is Herb Dean do? I mean, he had his eyes on him the whole time, man, but it was just funny, man, that Herb took off running. Because if Herb wasn't there, he would have kept ground and pound. But I mean, he's out. I mean, it was on Wells' part to stop, though. You know what I mean? Like, Wells, when he knocked him down, he should say, okay, he's out. I walk away. But if Herb wasn't running that way, he probably would have kept pounding on him, man. I think that's the funniest part of the fight. Like, Herb Dean running across the octagon. Oh, man. But yeah, let me see. Okay, so the prelims was good. The main card, oh man, the main card kicked it off with Yanez in this first round finish over Tony Kelly. Y'all know that was satisfying. Oh man, that was satisfying. Let me go ahead and pull that one up. Yanez and Kelly. So let's see. Kelly started off with a little bit of energy, like he was going to do something on the back foot. He landed a couple shots on Yanez, a couple of 1-2s. He had some straight 1-2s, but he wasn't ready for that power and them body shots coming from Yanez. Let me see. They got that clip up here. Hold on. Yanez was not prepared. I mean, excuse me, Kelly wasn't prepared for that. He just kept walking him down, walking him down. Kept sticking his jab out and throwing that right hand over the guard. He hit him like 2 or 3 times with the right hand, stumbled him, and he went down. And he just kept cracking him on his noggin till the referee had to push him off, and he was laid out. Man, that was vicious. So Yanez, he wasn't playing either, man. So I was loving this night. I was loving this knockout. Not only did he beat that trash talker, but Tony Kelly didn't even make weight. Tony Kelly deserved that, man, because he talked too much trash and he didn't make weight. Missed by like what, 2 pounds or a pound and a half? Yeah, he didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve. Well, he deserved it. Is what I'm saying. Yeah. Oh man, then that Rodriguez Marquez knockout, big left hook, man. Good God, man, they were just killing it. Let's see. Derek Bailey said Yanez folded Kelly. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. To be said, when I looked at a few Silva fights, something told me Silva was going to be interested. Yeah, she's definitely like got an interesting style. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, Chin. Everybody hit Tony Kelly, man. Tony Kelly, referee kicked him in the head too, man. Like, yeah, tripped over his head, but he like looked like he kicked him in his head. So he's over there trying to save him, and as he steps over him, like his leg hits him in the head too. So I'm like, dang, man, Tony Kelly just can't win. But that's what happens, man. That's what happens. Because I saw that last night too. I was like, dog, he kicked him in his head. But yeah, I enjoyed that, man. That was, we had to keep it going. Yeah, the ref, the ref wanted to get in a hit too. Yeah, everything y'all there is landing, Brian. It was landing. That was beautiful. But yeah, Rodriguez knockout over Marquez. This decision too between Ismagulov and Garam, that was a good fight. I can see some people saying Garam won, but could have went either way. I was looking at Ismagulov's his accuracy. Oh man, Joaquin Buckley, man, Joaquin Buckley, boy. Now Joaquin, he started off a little wild the first round, but he was landing. He was landing, but I know he's throwing a lot of combinations that were kind of off the mark. But he's got that high energy, and he kept coming. Like he said, he trained for this type of fight. Conditioning and everything. And when we did connect on Duryev, he was hurting him. And then that one head kick he lands just put the eye on Swole, right? Second round, those straight left hands, man. Like, no, he ended the first round with a nice little turn and a left hook or straight left hand that dropped Duryev. And I was just like, oh, yeah, this is killer right here, man. It's about over. And it was a good call in the second round when the doctor stopped it because, I don't think, he couldn't see out of that left eye. So it was a fair stoppage. So keeping it moving, man. Keep it moving. Another stoppage. So he's 5-6 in his last 6 fights. Joaquin Buckley. So we'll see what's next for him. Kevin Holland, man, got him a Darce choke win over Tim Means. I was like, yo, they was just, everybody had the killer instinct, man. Everybody had the killer instinct this night. But yeah, like I said, Emmett, Qatar, close back and forth fight, could have went either way. That's what I meant earlier. Emmett, he got it, but some people thought Qatar won. Good fight though, right? Everything on here is pretty good though. Whatever they did that night, matchmakers, they deserve a bonus, man. Matchmakers on this one, they put these fights together and put this card together. They did it, man. I can't complain. Even as far as the women fights, it was like, hey, Maybe, I wanted to see a few more, but not really, man. They made up for it with good fights. So just out of, not even looking at the at men or women thing, it's just they had styles matched up right, and everybody was ready to come out and kill. Yeah, Zom and Buckley delivered, man. Yeah, Buckley looks sharp, Derek. Marcus says Silva versus Jasmine was almost like watching Sylvester the Mighty Rat. Yeah, she was all over, man. Yeah, Gulov. I thought I thought something was wrong with his eye because commentator said like maybe something touched his eye, but yeah, he kept like having that eye tick. I thought he got like an eye poke or something, but no. Ulysses, what's up? He said that fight was so technical, like Mortal Kombat. Yeah, great card, Derek. I enjoyed it, man. Let me pull this up here though. So it's been reported the total revenue for UFC Austin was 1.9 mil, over 1.9 mil. Attendance was over 13,000, and this is the highest grossing US highest grossing US UFC fight night in company history. It's the 17th consecutive sellout in arenas with full capacity. It definitely shows. This was the highest grossing UFC fight night in the United States in the company's history. So yeah, and as long as they keep doing cards like this, I mean, making the right matches, the right active fighters, the right hungry fighters, I think will be, you can't miss. You really can't miss as far as, for the fans. So this is a win-win for, you know, um, the company and for the fans. It ain't just like a BS pay-per-view grab. It was something everybody could watch on ESPN Plus and still enjoy it, fight after fight. I just sat there and watched every single fight. After I jumped off here with y'all, I went back and watched every single fight. So yeah, James Perez said I was just watching the guy that had beef with DC because he beat his boy. Second fight on prelims, dude came out. Oh, you talk about Halls, yeah. Yeah, man. Halls, man. He was like, y'all beat your boy. Because I guess he said DC was talking trash, but they squashed it right then. But yeah, I mean, like, if he was talking trash about Halls, I mean, hey, man, let Halls and Win do their thing. Don't underestimate a guy like Halls, or don't jinx your boy that's going to be fighting him. Just let him do his thing. Okay, hold on. All right, got about like 21 people. Before we keep on moving, make sure y'all hit that like. Let's go ahead and get to 15. Yeah, got like 9 likes, 21 people. Yeah, let's get up to 15 likes, and then we'll move on and talk about my next topic here. Let's see. But yeah, I wanted to cover this next one. Let's see. Yeah, let's hit that like and get us up to 15, 16. And we'll keep it moving. Yeah, this next topic I wanted to go into, just a real quick topic, because I overheard it. Well, you were there, Brian. BJ from No Filter. Shout out to BJ, man. I overheard that one part y'all were talking about Mackenzie Dern and her switching over to like heel. And I wanted to get back on, but I was busy. But since I couldn't, I said, you know what? I'm gonna just talk about it tonight because I wanted to chime in and just say, like, you know, about the whole Mackenzie Dern thing about her, turning into a heel. I was like, that's not a good idea. That's not really in her. That's not in her character. So yeah, hang on one second. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, yeah. So the other night I was on for a little bit, but yeah, I had to step away. And I know BJ, you and Brian were talking about Mackenzie Dern, and one of the things that BJ said about maybe something that Mackenzie Dern has to do is maybe turn heel. And I was trying to think about that. I was like, why? Why would Mackenzie Dern need to turn heel? You know, I don't really think there's anything about her that just spells heel or villain. She doesn't really carry that type of attitude. She doesn't even have that type of personality. There's people that dislike her. There's people that don't like her ever changing accent. It changes. It changes like the days and the nights. That's how her accent does. Changes like the weather. But I don't think people dislike her in that point where it's like we see her as a villain. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we can't stand her because of her accent or because her cutesy attitude or anything like that. No, like everybody has people that dislike them, but that doesn't mean that she needs to change her whole persona and start trying to gun for like Whaley or start trash talking Rose or like crashing events and showing this type of snappy attitude. I just can't see that in her. Whether people think her personality now is fake or not, I mean, it wouldn't work because I don't think that's part of her. Like that's when you can kind of tell when a person is genuine. Like I said, whether she's really, really, really nice, but she does seem like a person that is just nice to whoever she's around. You know what I mean? Like her people, her family, whatever. Like I don't think she's really playing a character. It just don't look like her. Like you see with Joanna, like Joanna, she'll be smiling and everything, but then all of a sudden, whenever she turns into that heel, it's almost like she's really comfortable with it. Right? Joanna, you hear her cussing and you hear her talking trash, right? But at the same time, she will go off and say, she's a Christian and do this. But when she flips that switch, yeah, you can see that's in her. So take your pick. Whichever one of those is the act about her. I don't know which one. Take your pick. Because like I said, I'm not going to judge. I just see both personalities, but whichever one is the real one, I don't know. They're showing you something. And it's for you to decide. I mean, it's up to you. Only she knows. But for Mackenzie Dern, like, it's not really in her. Like, I think she's doing fine the way she is as far as her promotion, her character in the game, because, she's seen as a nice person, but get her mad or, just get into the cage with her. She's a killer. She's a finisher. Right. So I already think she has something going for her in that. So I don't really think heel is something that is going to get her anything more because look, she's already been moved the way she's wanted to be moved off of how she looks and her personality. Changing now would probably put a bad taste in everybody's mouth, especially the people who kind of simp over her. You know what I mean? Like the ones that simp over are gonna be like, oh, why is she acting like this? Right? I liked her when she was a cute, bubbly MMA fighter, Heel is just not for everybody. Heel is not where you can just say, oh, I'm that I'm the a-hole now. I'm the bad guy now. No, you have to actually see it in some of these fighters. Fighters like Dern, Tisha Torres, Michelle Waterson. they can't play heel. They really can't play heel. Paige, Ebos, to me, they really can't play heel. Um, Marina Rodriguez. I don't really think she can either. I don't think she could either. Jessica Andrade could. Jessica Andrade, she could play heel. I don't think Carla could either. But yeah, Jessica Andrade, she could play heel. Rose she can kind of play heel. Of course, Joanna can, but some of these girls just don't have that in their nature. Like Dern, I don't see it. It would just be a laughable act. Um, I'll tell you what she needs to work on though. And I heard what you were talking about, Brian. That's why I wanted to get back on. Like she needs to just work on being a better fighter. Much like Zhang Wei Li, you just need to work on connecting the dots. Like, work on your balance, work on your footwork, work on getting takedowns, work on your wrestling. And, I promise that'll get you closer to a title shot than trying to act like a heel. I can promise you that'll work. But yeah, just overall, like, there's nothing about her character that needs to change because that's just going to change her whole momentum where she's going now. And she doesn't need that. Promotion wise, she doesn't need that. She's already being moved the right way. And like I said, she's climbed the rankings off of perfect timing and the right moves, the right matchups. And she's not too far from a title shot now. So there's really no need to, try to change the attitude now and start bullying people. Like you can call people out, but like not going on social media trying to bully and turn into this whole, you know, fake Dern. I think she, like I said, she fine the way she is. Um, let's see. Yeah. He said Dern likes to be liked too much. Yeah, she has a good follow in casuals. Heel would be weird. Yeah, you would lose all of those. You lose half of that fan base there because they'd be like, "Oh, you fake." They start calling you fake Dern or something. Stamina said Mackenzie Dern has a heel would be the least believable thing. She couldn't sell that. Furthermore, market is not what she needs. She's popular. Yeah, she only needs to train. Yeah. It's funny. I didn't notice her accent until people started talking about it. Now I can't not hear it. Oh man. Let me tell you, like, I came across Mackenzie. Here's a funny story. Like, here's how I first came across Mackenzie Dern. Like, and I was like, I ain't gonna lie. Look, I was one of the first ones on YouTube that used to comment. This is when I, just had a different account, even before I had a channel. I think it was like back in 2012 because I used to follow her, in her jujitsu career. And I was watching her videos one night, and I was like, okay, I saw her first video. She sounded like a girl from California. And I pulled up another video. It was like 6 years ago or something, like 6, 7 years ago. I pulled up another video. Then I heard like this whole Brazilian accent. Then I was like, wait a minute. I was like, So I thought to myself, I was like, okay, maybe this video was recorded first. Maybe she learned English, and the other video I watched was after she started becoming more Americanized. But I was like, wait a minute. These two videos were not too far apart. So I was like, that's her accent change. Yeah, this was like way back when she was in jiu-jitsu before she even thought of being an MMA. And I was just like, who is this girl? I was like, does anybody else notice this? I used to type in like forums and be like, this girl Mackenzie Dern. I was like, is it me or is her accent always changing? I was like, first in California, I'm like, sounds like Valley girl. Then it's really thick, like she's straight out of Sao Paulo. I'm like, wow. But yeah, that's the funny thing about her accent. Yeah, like I've been noticing that way back, man. It's crazy. That's part of her. That's kind of part of a running gag with her now too. I think a lot of people like James Perez said best heel potential right now is Casey O'Neill. Yeah, I think so. Mark said, "Where's this heel talk coming from?" Sauna just made a video about that for Valentine. Now we're talking about with Dern. Oh no, we're talking about This was from our BJ. Like I was saying, I think you must just got here. Yeah, we're talking about this topic came from some BJ was talking about the other day, and before I could respond, I had to get off. So yeah, yeah, I'm not. I don't think a lot of people are buying that. Not as all. Not at all. Brian Williams said, BJ likes heels. He loves Dern, so I think he wants her to turn. He can still love her, man. She don't have to turn into a heel. Wild Tiger, what's going on? She said Dern is fake. Dern. See, yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, people ain't gonna like her anyway, so some people don't like her. Stavridge said Dern's accent still shouldn't be a discussion topic in 2022. Oh, of course not, man. I'm giving you a story, man. It's not a discussion topic. I'm just filling y'all in on a funny story. Like when I first heard it, which is like almost 10 years ago. That's what I'm telling y'all. Like it's old news to me. It was like old news before all these UFC people heard it. So you know what I'm talking about. Ulysses said, "Remember when Durham brought in a translator?" I know, man. Yeah, her accent's not a discussion. It's just funny that, like Brian said, he just realized it. That's what makes it funny. Mark said, I agree that Casey's the best potential here right now. Next would be Aaron or Macy. Yeah, somebody like Macy Barber, she carries that. She carries that. She carries that heel about her. Has a lot of people don't like her. She says the right things that a heel should say. You know what I mean? So yeah, Aaron could do it. Macy could do it. As far as strawweight, there's not a lot of girls there. I don't think carry that though. Yeah. Lolita said, if you're an English speaker and all you do is hang around people who speak another language, then when you speak English, your English will probably be accented. Let me see. What Stamina talking about. He says Dern did not bring in a translator. He was already there. This is a fight mythos that gets parodied and nausea. Oh, yeah. Well, we'll move on from it then. It ain't that serious. Like I said, I'm just giving y'all a funny story on how I got on her accent before. So, anyways, I mean, yeah, people used to say that too. It's all just a joke, man. Zama said, we just discovered that Chef wants to main event. Well, we just discovered that Shevchenko wants to main event pay per view. Well, then the only option for that is going full heel. Valentina could kind of play heel. She could kind of play that heel because Misha Tate is the one that everybody wants to see, right? Misha Tate's the one that everybody wants to see. So, or apparently, she has the big fan base that a lot of men still want to see. Shevchenko could be that one. Oh, look at my man Boxing Combat Films. He said, you got in that who do I got in the Holloway Volkanovski? Oh man, I'm rooting for Holloway, but I think Volkanovski can do it, man. Because Volkanovski's already got 2-0 and one questionable. I'm gonna go with Volk. Since I got you here, Boxing Combat Films, what do you think of Better BF's performance last night? I loved it, man. I loved it. Better BF, I picked him by a knockout. Pretty much how it went is how I predicted it. That style is tailor made for Better BF, and I was like, yeah, got a 3-belt champion. A slight of mine. What's up? Yeah, man, but that's what it is, man. Like Dern's main focus to me isn't really any type of marketing. I think it's just a matter of improving as a fighter and getting the right things right. Getting everything that needs to be put together to become a complete fighter. And make sure y'all hit that like button. I gotta get my charger here. You only got 10 likes. I mean, you got like over 24 people. It's weird because I'll ask, yeah, you got 24 people watching. It's just some people that just watch and then tell me they don't like my channel or something. I mean, why waste time to come over, then don't like, and then complain whenever you don't get a notification? I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. You got 25 people. Especially when you got more people in the chat than you do likes. I'm just saying, like, don't ask me when you don't get notified. But hang on one second. Ravioli said, which would be the better flyweight fight, Courtney Casey versus Antonina or Nina Nunes versus Calvillo? I like Courtney Casey versus Antonina. James said Bivol versus Better BF should be good. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. I don't think Canelo beats either one of them. Well, we know he couldn't beat Bivol, but he definitely ain't beating Better BF. Yeah, Ravioli. I like Courtney Casey Antonina because Courtney's gonna be trying. Courtney, she's gonna be in there trying, and hopefully Antonina's got something to prove. Maybe she'll be a little bit better on her feet now. Nina Ansaroff, she been out of action for a minute, and I don't know. Calvillo ain't really been the same. I like Calvillo now, but I think Courtney and Antonina, matchup wise, make for an interesting fight. Let's see. Boxer said Better be is probably the best light heavyweight I've ever seen. He's the Hamzat. Yeah, he looked like Khabib. He do look like Khabib. Jorge, Kobe, and Usman. I don't think Jorge maybe, but I don't think Kobe and Usman are avoiding Hamzat. Not at all. I mean, when it's time to fight him, I'm sure he will. But right now, he's like ranked what, number 9, number 10. But yeah, Better BF is the best light heavyweight boxer. I think he's definitely my pound for pound. Like, not a lot of people mention him, but he's definitely one of the best fighters today. They all get so hung up on Lomachenko and these other guys, but Better BF, I think, is a better fighter. Exciting, 100% knockout ratio. Wow. Wow, so I gotta find the new MMA gym. Well, I gotta go check it out. Plus, it's hard because I work out at Amazon either 10, 11 hours. It's very exhausting and too physical. I'm trying to quit. Yeah, find a good MMA gym. It can be kind of hard, right? It can. But yeah. So that's all I wanted to say with Dern. Though, I forgot to tell B I was on tonight because I wanted to tell him that. But yeah, Dern just needs to work on defense, like you were saying too. Yeah, defense and footwork, balance, wrestling, all of that good stuff. We ain't got to do nothing as far as marketing. That she's fine. She's fine when it comes to that. It's time to put that stuff together. Okay. Oh yeah. So right now, Marina Rodriguez, she's kind of left out. of the whole title shot mix, right? She's kind of left out of the whole title shot mix, and she's, you know, she's kind of accepting of it. She's accepting of it now, and I'm kind of with her now because in the meantime, she can always get better as a fighter, make improvements. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but um, it's already been said that Dana is giving the winner of Whaley Joanna the fight. So more than likely, Whaley's going to fight Carla. And Marina says she's cool with that now, So in the meantime, she wants to fight somebody that's a name. And she said that Rose is somebody that she would like to fight. Matter of fact, where's this interview at? Rose is a name that came up. She said, hey, as long as I can fight a name and get her in the right direction, I'm cool with that. Hold on, let me see here. Let me see here. Another ad. Yeah, so Marina is cool with this fight with Rose. Nothing's finalized, but she just mentioned it. Hold on.
Querendo ou não, ele tem razão. Eu podia estar ali hoje lutando contra o Elisandro e eu tive que negar essa luta porque era muito em cima da hora, 2 meses para treinar e eu tinha acabado de lutar com a Ia. Eu tinha algumas lesões. Pedimos a luta mais para frente, o UFC não quis, então ele tem razão. Vou ficar de olho e ver quem sobra para mim na minha próxima luta.
Like it or not, he's right. Because I could have had the opportunity of having this fight, but I just fought, and I had a couple of bruises there and a couple of things that needed to recover. And obviously, I asked for the fight to be postponed a little bit, but this fight ended up happening, and I'm just gonna whoever is next, then whoever's left, I'm gonna fight that person.
Oh, so she said there's some things she had to work on, and she had to push back, I guess, an opportunity to get a title fight or a title eliminator. So, she's cool with that.
Assuming the winner of tonight gets the next title shot. I know Jessica Andrade came back down. She had a big, impressive victory. Is there anyone else in strawweight you would like to fight, possibly for the winner of Whaley Joanna versus Carlos Esparza? Depois dessa luta de hoje, obviamente, a gente sabe que vai lutar pelo título. A gente viu o que a Jéssica está fazendo. Algum nome está sendo sondado aí? Algum nome na tua cabeça? Alguém que poderia ser a tua próxima adversária?
Não vejo muitas opções dentro da categoria, né? Talvez a Rose, não sei. Vamos ver o que o UFC acha que é melhor. Eu só quero um nome que me dê a oportunidade para ser a próxima desafiante do cinturão.
I don't see many options in the division. Well, maybe Rose. Maybe we'll see. But all I want is a name that gives me the option of the opportunity for after that to go fight for the title.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense at this point. I mean, why, try to fight down? She just wants to fight somebody that's gonna get her closer to a title, and that would be Rose Namajunas, right? I don't really think there's anybody else right now that is an interesting fight. Jessica Andrade is already moving back up the flyweight to take on Manon. That was a fight I talked about, but now it's more than likely, Marina versus Andrade ain't going to happen. And if it did, it wouldn't be for a while. So if she wants to keep it moving, the best thing would be to take on, Rose. That would be the next thing. Because really, if you look at her resume, she's already fought plenty of the girls at the, at the mid rankings and in the top 10 in general, right? Ebas, Waterson, Dern, Jan Janan. Who else would there be? She's already, Tisha Torres. She's already beat up Carla Esparza. She's fought her, of course, lost. But aside from them, I mean, who hasn't she fought? Like Lemos, Andrade, Joanna. And, Joanna's done now. So, Wei Lee, that's a fighter she hasn't fought. So, to me, I'm thinking it's cool for Marina to just say, hey, let me get the one that makes sense, which is Rose. Because with a win over Rose, that would put her on a what? 5 fight win streak over a former champion if she beats her. And then that can secure you to say, okay, I can fight the winner of Whaley Carla next, right? So Ravioli said, I got Rose over Marina. Gary Balder said, Rose, if her fight IQ is there, should be able to beat Marina. Yeah, that's a big part of it. And, if the IQ is there. Ulysses said, I'd pick Marina in that fight. She won't be scared to engage and close the distance. Yeah, let's look at the style, how you match it up now. It might turn into an interesting stand-up fight. I think this, of course, would be a different type of style that Marina's never faced before. Um, Rose, she's faced, I won't say similar, exactly the same strikers. Like, she's fought these Muay Thai fighters in Joanna 2 times. She's fought the brawler type in Karolina Kowalkiewicz. But, Marina is a little bit different. I think she's still a little bit different. Like, style wise, it's going to be kind of a chess match at times. And I think when Rose has a fighter waiting, then they fight behind her, the pace starts to favor her. She can pick her shots, and she can use her footwork. Sometimes when fighters start to chase her, they start to whenever fighters, they can't really get a beam, they start to chase her, and that's where it favors her. Like, she can move slickly in and out, right? I think Marina in the clinch could be dangerous, because I think she's a very good clinch fighter. Muay Thai clinch is very effective. She's very good at throwing knees to the body, and her elbows, she can dog in that way. But it all depends on, like, if Rose gets caught into one of those tight clinches, can she reverse it, change it to a clinch up where she can wrestle her? Yeah, because when you think of ground game, you think Rose has that. Rose definitely has that advantage over Marina. Rose can get takedowns a lot easier than Mackenzie Dern. I think Rose is much better technical grappler than Marina Rodriguez. So that would be the element that would make this fight a tough challenge for Marina Rodriguez. Rebels, I think Rose would grapple Marina, and if Rose can out grapple Lee, she can out grapple Marina. Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. I think that's a big part of the game that she can always go to. Like, she can strike with some of these other fighters, but if need be, she can surprise you with them takedowns. And once you get on your back, especially for somebody like Marina, it'll really be trouble. So hopefully, Marina's really working on her takedown defense here. And I really hope she's working, on a bit of an aggressive game that could offset Rose, one that focuses on the body and control from a good range. And she doesn't go chasing Rose. Like, if I was to see this fight, I wouldn't want to see her chasing, because sometimes she can kind of march in with her punches. If somebody with slick footwork like Rose, she can dip in and out of that. You seen Yan Jana kind of do that a couple times when she made Marina come after her. She would slide out, right? Marina definitely has power, but she's got to get that momentum going. She's got to be able to take away the footwork of Rose before she can land any hard power shots, right? Before you can really get on Rose, you really have to corner her to be able to land and be effective. But I like it. I think it's a good matchup for Marina, continue to fight up the ladder, because I think this is the only fight that's really going to secure her a title shot at this point. Nobody else. Like, if she wants to get in there, you got to beat the former champion, get her out the way, so there'll be no more questions. Of course, if Rose was to win, she'd still be in that mix to get a third fight with either Whaley or Carla, right? Gary said Marina doesn't use her range effectively sometimes. No, she doesn't. Like, let me mention this too. Like, she got a hell of a right hand. Gary Baldwin, she got a hell of a right hand, but as somebody that loves the jab, as much as you hear me talk about it, Marina doesn't jab enough. Marina just does not pump her jab out enough. I think if she would utilize that jab, she would know her range more, and it would mask her right hand, that she'd be able to knock more people out. That's the one thing I'm like really, really, you know, that's the one thing I'm always like critiquing about Marina, is just that lack of a jab. Let me see. What is the height? Let's see what the height difference is between these two anyway. Y'all definitely take this fight, man. And I can't help but say y'all want Marina to get the victory at this point, because I want to see somebody different go for the belt. I want to see her go for the belt, because she's already put together a nice little win streak. I mean, technically, people think she beat Carla, so she hasn't really lost yet, right? Let me see who she beat. Torres, a couple of draws with Calvillo and Randa at some point. She beat Ebos, Watterson, Dern, Janjana, and she's to fight Rose. Yeah, she's a long strawweight, 5'6". And let's see, yeah, her reach is like a 65, which is kind of long for the strawweight division, right? But I haven't really seen her utilize it well against some of these fighters, like even Janjana. Like I said, if she been pumping out a long jab, she would have been much more effective in that fight. Yeah. Rose, yeah, like 5'5". Oh, they're like the same height, the same reach. So there's not much going on here with them two. Like, there's not really like a big difference. So yeah, like it'll be all about who's good at establishing range, and I think that would be Rose. Rose would be the one that can eyeball range, and she's really good with her foot movement, so she knows how to step in and out. Yeah, sometimes Marina will march in with punches, cluttering her range and kind of telegraphing her attack, and that might favor Rose in that manner. So the one that's going to be more technically sound here is going to win that range battle. The one that knows how to measure and make fighters wait. Like, even in this ugly Carla Rose rematch, Rose was doing some okay things on the feet, but after a minute, of course, it got boring because there was nothing coming of it. But if she would have added more to it as far as an offense, it would have been more of a work of art how she picked her opponent apart. But again, nothing, right? Marcus said, if Rose and Marina fight, let's hope we don't get the version of Marina who fought Janjana, because that version was confused. Whew, man. Confusion came from the style matchup too, man. Like, I think she was used to so many fighters that grapple. So the minute she fought like a volume striker, it kind of threw her off. You know what I mean? Like, Janjana came to box and move and throw combinations, and Marina was like, I ain't fought. Excuse me. She was like, I ain't fought anybody like this in a minute, and she was getting touched up. I mean, I still think Janjana pulled that win out though, man. Like, some people still think Marina won. I mean, it's all in what you favor, but I thought Jan did it. I thought she won it, Marcus. But yeah, like I'm gonna come back and talk about this thing when it's really, really solidified because this is one fight I'm looking at that can be made. I wanted Rodriguez and what's her name, Rodriguez and Andrade, but yeah, this is just as good. Ravioli said, "Yon low key exposed Marina, in my opinion." Yeah, it was a fight where the striker didn't know how to handle a volume striker in that fight. Jan Zana was clearly putting some hands and work in and some volume that Marina hadn't been used to. You know, so let's see. Hopefully, though, after she gets this fight, and if she wins, she can get her title shot, right? And after this one, it should be said that, hey, like I've done everything I needed to do to get it. I've done everything I needed to do to get um, me a title shot. All right. Marcus said one-on-one talks on who's a draw. Yeah, I was just ignoring that. So I see they was arguing about that. I'm talking about Marina and Rose. So, yeah, that ain't my topic. So whatever they talking about, I ain't even addressing. I mean, what were y'all going back and forth? Y'all talking about something else. So I ain't even paying attention to that. Um, I'm going back to my girl Natalia. See, y'all talking about this draw thing. I rather talk about Mackenzie Dern's accent. Y'all talking about somebody who's a draw. I'd rather talk about Mackenzie Dern's accent, man. Y'all over here arguing about somebody who's a draw. Let me see something here. Let's see. Yeah, this fight here. Yeah, I got this fight saved from this was Thunder fight. Marina Rodriguez and Natalia. You can find this on YouTube, yo. Oh, Gary Baldwin said, "Who were some flyweights outside the UFC that got y'all's attention?" Well, she's about to fight on the Contender Series. Teresa Bleda. There goes Zama. Yeah, Teresa Bleda's one. Um, who else? Hmm. I have to go back and look. I have to go back and look at some of the names because there's a few other girls I want to mix them up with some bantamweights that I've been looking at. But yeah, Teresa Blade is definitely she's definitely one. But yeah, anyways, we talking about Marina and well, not Natalia Silva. So that's all I address. That's all I'm addressing those comments. So I'm looking at Natalia Silva fight Marina Rodriguez right now, and big difference, man. She was actually giving Marina Rodriguez a tough fight here, but big difference in her movement. I mean, what year was this? This was 2017, I think. No, 2016. Hold on. Y'all can pull up the fight. It's called Thunder Fight 13. Rodriguez and Silva. Taking a look at her in her improvements. 2 years off did her some justice, bro. Yeah, this was 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago. Excuse me. This was 5 years ago. But 2 years out of the game is definitely you see some difference. She was always kind of a distant striker and a speedy fighter, but you can see how she used to pull her head back before, and she still get hit. And the way she was kind of stepping around more like Holly Holm before, but now she's kind of taking the right steps so she doesn't have to reset. Her feet doesn't get tangled up. So yeah, I see some improvements here, man. I definitely see some improvements from just a couple of these fights that you see, jungle fight and her first fight in the UFC. So we'll see. 'Cause somebody was asking me that earlier, like what I think she could do as far as pushing forward into the UFC. I think Natalia's got some good things, but like I said, the one thing we need to see is just better competition. Marcus said Yasmin. No, yeah. If you're talking about Yasmin Rodriguez, she's a strawweight, man. Yasmin Rodriguez is strawweight. So you were talking about flyweights, right? Yeah. Coach said, "Do you think Julia Budd has a chance against Kayla Harrison?" Everybody has a chance, but I don't think it's like a great chance. Like I don't think her striking is good enough to get any respect, man. So I'm gonna go with Kayla Harrison in that fight. Jean said Rose should get another title shot at the belt again after Whaley beats Carla, especially after that fluke fight. And Rose held the belt for a long time. Whaley needs to defend against Rose. Rose held the belt for a long time. I don't think Rose held the belt that long, right? She lost it. She defended it one time. Whaley defended it one time. Everybody pretty much defended it one time except for Joanna. So she ain't hold it that long. I mean, eventually I would like to see Whaley Rose do it a third time, but nah, I don't think she's like deserving of it. It's all in if she wants to get right back in there, right? Shakalova. No, Shakalova's a bantamweight. Yeah, that's another bantamweight. Yeah, Rose hasn't let me see, she ain't held that belt that long. I mean, yeah, holding the belt in a layoff is different than defending the belt. Exactly, Marcus. Yeah, Rose didn't hold the belt for a long time. You know what I mean? Like she defended the belt one time. Everybody defended the belt one time except for Joanna. Brian said Rose deserves it more than Whaley did. Let me see. Rose is coming off a loss. And after putting on that boring fight, deserves it more than Whaley. Whaley's the number one contender right now. I'll go with Whaley still. I'll go with Whaley. I mean, I can't say if you're gonna break it down like that. Nah, I don't think she deserves it more than Whaley. I think the only person I think is really deserving is Marina. Oh yeah, there you go. BJ said he would have been here soon as we locked the keys in the car. Did you have to get a locksmith, or did you break the window, BJ? J Ball said no. Rose don't deserve it. I'm tired of it. Rose never defended that belt back to back. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Dude. Where I said what Whaley did. What did Whaley do to deserve an immediate rematch against Rose? Well, Dana was going by her marketing and everything, so hey, she got it. Right? They were the two at the top, so it wasn't really a matter of that being an issue at the time. So of being like, oh, she doesn't deserve it, but she lost it. I was like, oh, let her get another chance. An immediate rematch, right? That was the big fight to make. Nobody else was ready. It was immediate rematch because when I think about it at the time, nobody was lined up because even Andrade was going, what? Was Andrade at 125 at the time, right? Carla wasn't ready for it. Joanna was still out of the mix. Who else was it going to be? It had to be Rose versus Whaley. And when it comes down to money, Dana was like, I got to make this money back. Let's get Whaley back in it for a rematch. So it all roads pointed to them at the time. He says, sorry. Well, you can disagree. I mean, fine. Yeah. Don't apologize to me because you think differently. I mean, everybody think differently than me. I mean, and nobody apologizes to me. Like right now, Brian, he disagrees with me, but he ain't gotta apologize to me. Ryan said, not now. I'm saying Whaley didn't deserve the rematch against Rose, right? Marketing, but Whaley didn't deserve a rematch any more than Rose does. Well, at the time, I'm just saying, like, who would you have put in there instead? Like, who deserved to fight her whenever Rose wanted to come back and fight? Like, when Rose won the belt, who would you have put in before Whaley? None of them people I named were available, so who else would have deserved it? At least now, you have some people on win streaks like Marina Rodriguez that deserves it more than Rose does. That's my point. See, back then, all you had was Whaley, because again, Andrade was at flyweight. Joanna was out. Carla wasn't in the mix. She wasn't a name yet. Marina, she was still putting together her win streak. She was still kind of at the mid rankings. They were lining her up to fight. Damn, who were they lining up to fight? She had just beat Ebos. That's all she had beat was Ebos. But now, speaking of today, Marina's on a 4-fight win streak. Rose and Carla just put on a dud of a fight that everybody remembers. So I'm giving it to the new blood right now. That's how I see it. Yeah, exactly, Brian. It ain't about apologizing. It ain't about apologizing. You know what I mean? Especially if you think you're right. J-Ball said Carla was a name at the time. They wanted her to be a backup. Yeah, a backup, right. Okay, BJ says Zong defeated Joanna before the Rose fight. She deserved a rematch. Okay. I'm not going to, yeah, that's definitely a way to put it. I mean, not just that, but I just think that she was the only one available at the time and she only got knocked down to number 1 and number 2, right? So it was her. Because Andrade probably would have been the one. I would have said Andrade could have been next, but Andrade said, nope, I'm going up to 125. So Marina still not. How's Marina not 100% at the top? She didn't be a legit name. When Rose got her title shot, she beat Michelle Waterson after losing to Karolina Kowalkiewicz. You do know that, right, James? Like, why does Marina got to beat so many more fighters to prove that? When she got her first title shot, lost to Carolina, beat Michelle Waterson, and then got a shot at Joanna. Marina's already a 4-fight win streak. She beat the same names, if not better names, in a row than Rose on her first title shot. Do I got to pull up the resumes right now, James? Come on now. You know I know this now. You know that math I'm doing adds up. How is she not ready? How she not beat a legit name? She beat Dern. She beat Michelle Waterson. She beat Yan Janan. And she beat Ebos. Everybody thought Dern was gonna beat her. Now again, when Rose got her first title shot, she lost to Carolina, beats Michelle Waterson, and then gets the title shot. Okay, she ain't going on a win streak. Why does Marina got to go on a win streak? That's all I'm saying. So she wasn't 100% at the top. At least she's closer to the top because she's on a good win streak. I know it could have, I know it's making too much sense, but dang. Did Marina beat anyone better than JJ? Did Rose beat anyone better than JJ when she got her title shot? She lost to Carolina, somebody that you want to beat. So that question doesn't really, that question doesn't help. Whether or not Marina beat somebody better than JJ doesn't help because Rose lost to somebody JJ beat at that time. Next question. He said, I'm the biggest JJ fan, but you just beating Joanna doesn't outweigh Waterson, Yon, Dern, and Rebos. No, it don't. Not to me. Excuse me. All right, Brian said, I'm not saying Rose deserves a rematch. She does not. Whaley got knocked out. She doesn't deserve a rematch either. That's all I'm saying. If we going on past Rose beat Whaley twice. Yeah, she got knocked out in the first fight. That happens sometimes. And sometimes fighters they get this immediate rematch because they're the only ones at the top. My question is, who is deserving of it besides Whaley then? If you don't think she deserved it, who should have got it? Yeah, if anybody at the time, I would have said Carla too. I would have said Carla too. I can agree with that. Yeah, like if anybody, but they didn't do that. You know, if anybody I would have reached for, even back then, that year ago, I would have said Carla. But really, the point is they just need to go ahead and secure this fight between Marina and Rose, and we can go from there. Wow, you know what? I got this fight playing here, and yeah, Natalia Silva, she was giving Marina Rodriguez a pretty darn good fight. If you think about it, these volume strikers do kind of give her trouble. Like I'm going back on topic, y'all be taking me off topic. Look, Natalia Silva, I'm looking at Marina and Natalia. That that type of style volume strikers do kind of give Marina Rodriguez trouble. Yeah. Natalia was kind of touching her. You know, she was trying to go kick for kick in this fight. But she's definitely improved. I mean, since the 5 years plus the 2 years off, I like the fighter that she's becoming now. Like I said, I'm not overhyping Natalia Silva yet. I just saying like she's actually looking good. Like sometimes you see a fighter come in and just get a W. You know, like when Jasmine came in, you know, she got a win against Kay Hansen. There was still a lot of questions that needed to be answered, right? But when Natalia, she came in, she got a victory over, you know, an opponent that was slower, but it was her talent. You know what I mean? It was her approach. It was her approach that looked good too. Like the skill set looked good. Like she just wasn't in there to get a victory. Like how she was carefully picking her punches and defending. She defended like 7 takedowns, 7 out of 7 takedowns. Jazzy could not. Yeah. BJ, she got beat up, man. Jazzy was putting that work in, bro. Jazzy was getting touched, and all her takedowns got stuffed. She really made Natalia look good too. I mean, like it's a 50-50 thing. You know, she came in with the skills, but she also came in, you know, against that type of opponent. But it was how she took the approach. That's why I say I love it, man. It's a striker, so you know I love that style, but there's some good stuff about it. BJ said by far the worst striker in flyweight. You think so? Gotta work on her hands. Who are the three worst? Let me see. He said Julian Roberts looks much better on the feet. You mean today's Jillian or the one, that we all know from all time? Uh, I mean, Jillian, she's a piece of work on the ground. She's very good on the ground, but that striking, boy, that striking needs a little bit of work, man. Zama, did you eat that crow, man? Because you said Natalia's ground game and her overall grappling sucked. You said something like that. Yeah, I hope you ate that crow because I thought you picked Jasmine because you said her ground game sucked or something like that. So got to feed you that crow again. Oh man, it's time to eat the crow. Zaman talked about her ground game, and here she stuffed 7 takedowns and actually took her opponent down like consecutively, like 2 or 3 times. Yeah, BJ, while you was trying to get your keys out of your car, you missed. I talked about Mackenzie Dern and your topic about her being a heel, and I was just disagreeing with you on that. Just so you know. You just said her arm. I don't know. I thought you said something more about her doing more than armbar. I thought you said something more about the armbar. I could have swore, but she's come far. She come far. I don't know, man. Natalia Silva. I know what I want to talk about. The tough house. I think Natalia Silva looks better than most of the girls in the tough house. I mean, shout out to the girls in there. I like a lot of the fighters, but I think that Natalia Silva looks a little bit more impressive than the tough house girls to me. I think Natalia Silva beats the winner of the tough house, in my opinion. Calling for smoke, calling for smoke. Yes, I'm calling for smoke. Natalia Silva beats the winner of the tough house. Yeah, I'm watching the tough house. Like I'm enjoying it because I like listening to the fighters and their life story and things like that. But as far as like anybody who stands out, mm-mm. I'm still thinking who really stands out. Like I haven't seen Brogan perform yet in here. So I haven't seen Brogan perform yet. My girl Chantel Coates had to go home. Excuse me. Who else? Claire Guthrie. I like her. Put some more work together. Who else? Hannah Guy is fighting Brogan Sanchez next. We got to see how that goes. Catherine Pepraki, she lost her fight. Stephanie Gallardo looked pretty good. Stephanie Gallardo, she was a little dog. Um, Juliana Miller, yeah, she a dog, man. She a dog, boy. She be getting hit though. She be getting hit. Ulysses said GB is better than Jasmine on the feet. Who is GB? I'm not thinking. Who is GB, Ulysses? I can't think. Who is GB? Who is GB? GB is Jillian Robertson. Oh, okay. I'm trying to figure out how y'all got that out of that, but yeah, okay. Jillian Robertson is better than Jasmine on the feet. Yeah, I think so. I think so. MMAR said Gallardo or Juliana Miller. One of these two will win the show, I think. Yeah, Gallardo. Gallardo looks good. She a little small, I think, but she's good. She's good. Yeah, I thought you did. I thought Zama did pick Jasmine. Oh boy, I tell you what, man. I'm looking at this roster now. Let me see. Jasmine makes Jillian Striking look like Val's. Man, that's true. Jasmine, boy, she could not cut the octagon off to save her life, man. She was tall, she was long, she was just too slow. Like if she can clinch up with a fighter, she's tough. But even then, like Natalia was in the clinch and she was like defending takedowns. I mean, her footwork was nice in that factor. Robot Chicken said Ulysses, Jasmine, GR. Oh, Jillian Robertson. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what it was up with that. Like, Jazzy, was just not in any way trying to jab or throw a punch that or cut the octagon off in any meaningful way. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, this tough house, we got some good fighters, but I don't know, man. I don't really don't know who's gonna be the one to step out and really, really shine in the UFC, Like I could see somebody winning, of course, yeah. Somebody can go in there and win, but like I'm still trying to decide like who do you think looks that promising? Let me see. Let me look at these flyweights by name again. Helen Peralta, she lost. She's kind of a small flyweight. Caitlin Neal, she won her fight. We'll see. So I'm gonna hold a finger up for her. Okay, Caitlin Neal, Gloria Gallardo. I'm looking at the winners now. Juliana Miller. Had a guy in Brogan haven't fought yet. But just out of the ones we got, I don't know, man. Yeah. I don't know. Like nobody really, yeah. All tough fighters, yeah. But nobody's really standing out to me in the house. Zama said Juju might win some. Yeah, she might. She might. I bet you. I don't know, man. I think Natalia Silva would beat her though, man. I think Natalia Silva would beat Juju for real. I just had to say it. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, she beats her. All that technique, man. Good footwork too. Oh man, then you got Teresa Bleda coming up out of the contender series. Shoot, Teresa Bleda, boy, yeah, Teresa Bleda. She's smoking. She's smoking a lot of the tough house, I think, man. Teresa Bleda gonna smoke Juju too. I think. I'm just looking, at some. I'm looking at some names here, and yeah, Teresa Bleda. Yeah, when she comes in, she's gonna get a contract. She gonna get a contract, and she gonna put some of these flyweights on notice. B just said, well, hey, Silva's got a ground game too. You know what I mean? Like Silva's dangerous on the ground too. Like the question is, she can take the fight down to the ground, but will it be wise for her to do that against somebody like Silva? Silva's got a lot of arm bars too, man. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? He said, I think the walk on is the best fighter. Tough Miller got no stand up and she's so sloppy. I think the walk on is the best. Are you talking about Gallardo? Yeah, Gallardo, she came in and made noise. Juliana Pena handpicked her herself. So I guess she been watching. Brian says Silva has some nasty leg and head kicks. July determines what's next for flyweight. That's when the tough finale events, right? Yeah, I already ate my dinner, so I'm not going anywhere tonight. I'm just kind of chilling. So I ain't hungry. I'm full. Gary Ballins and Robertson struggles with girls with any wrestling ability. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Sink. Who you said you like Stephanie Gallardo? Huh? Yeah, I like her too. Oh, sorry. Why I keep calling Stephanie Laura Gallardo. I guess she looked like a Stephanie for some reason, but no, it's Laura Gallardo. Laura Gallardo. Oh man, let me see. Caitlin Neal and Laura Gallardo fighting. I'm gonna go with Gallardo in that fight. Then Juliana Miller's gonna fight Hannah Guy, Brogan Sanchez winner. Pena, her team is putting it together though, man. Pena's team is good. Silva's a problem. Early on, she's I like her technique. I just think that from what I've seen, like her and that style, it kind of stands out over what I'm seeing in the tough house throughout the week. Yeah, yeah. Gallardo is scrappy, man. Gallardo got a good straight left hand. I think it's straight left hand because she was cracking Catherine Rocky in the head, and then she switched it up to go to the ground. So yeah, Gallardo, I like her style. Very technical. Robot Chicken said, "Colin, I'm not lying. I was telling people about Jasmine poor defense. She got heart and no technique. Yeah, I'm wanting to back you up on it because I've been saying that too. I said she's exciting and she likes to throw down, but yeah, I definitely said she had poor defense because Kay Hansen was touching her right, and I told people Elise Reed got to win over too. So you got to look at what type of styles were giving her trouble. Like Elise Reed was piecing her up. Yeah, yeah, I like Gallardo. I like Gallardo. Let's see. No police. I lost all of my picks. Dang, man. Yeah. Well, who told you to bet on Jasmine? Did Zaman tell you to bet on Jasmine? Excuse me. T, what's going on? Always good for you to come on through. What's up, man? James Press said O'Neal, Barber, Aaron should fight soon. I don't know. Well, if Barber gets by Jessica I first. No, please. He said, I think. I feel like Silva will be top 5 soon. Wow. Wow, that's deep. You think she top 5 soon already? I need to see a little more. I want to see it. I want to see it continue to go. That's just me. But if you see it, I see talent though. Silva versus O'Neal soon. You know what? Yeah, let's do a couple more fights, unranked fights, and then we'll put her in there with O'Neal. Once O'Neal come back. Bluebird says Silva looks interesting, but I need to see her in a few more fights. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Yeah, just a few more. About 2 more. And if she dominates the same way, then I'll be like, okay, we got a winner. I'll rotate. I'll rotate somebody in. Silva do look like a straw weight though. Yeah, I was gonna say that too. Yeah, Silva do look like a straw weight. She do. Mark says send Jillian to the ghettos of Thailand for 2 or 3 years. That's what she needs. Or have her ask Valentina to take her as a student or training. Yeah. Oh, okay. You said you like listen once they upload. Okay. T said Silva's fast, fast. Yeah, she's fast, man. And that might be why she look like a straw weight too, because she is lean, but she's strong. She is a strong fighter though. Who else? Yeah, I think Gallardo, Lord Gallardo, is going to be the one to make it to the final on the one bracket. And let me see, Hannah Guy. Y'all know Hannah Guy got her first loss. She handed Valerie Lareda her first loss. Brogan Walker, she defeated Miranda in Invicta. Aaron Blanchfield defeated Brogan in Invicta. Well, we'll see tomorrow. I mean, Tuesday. I think the final is going to come down. I'm going for Laura Gallardo in that fight against Caitlin Neal. I like Laura Gallardo's style. It might come down to Laura Gallardo and Juliana Miller. I don't know. J Ball said should Silva move down because as rankings get higher, the girls only get bigger. Yeah. That's one thing we think about. She looked good now, but facing bigger fighters, shoot. Or unless she starts to fill in. What does Zama say? He said GDR striking is C level. Yeah, TJ's right. If you say her striking is C level, then yeah, you need to get off that stuff. BJ said Juju kills both of them. I don't know about that. Yeah, Ali Malay and Bruna Ellen, man. I would have preferred Ali Malay and Denise Killholz. Oh, he said grappling. Oh, okay. I didn't know what to believe since you picked Jazzy to win that fight, so I don't know. Yeah. Uh, when it comes to Yazaman, I don't know. That's I'm like, Jasmine and Miller would be a good fight. Oh yeah, that would be a bloody fight, Sync. Jazzy and Juju, that would be a bloody fight. And I think the styles will play in each other's favor. You know what I mean? Like when it gets in close. But yeah, Juju does pop off a jab more. But then again, Jasmine might be able to hit Juju because, she's not going to be moving around like Silva. It'll be a different fight. More head on. Oh, so he had Cortez. Oh yeah, you did have Cortez in that one. Yeah, you did have Cortez against Gatto. And I can rock with you on that because I wasn't too far along on that pick either. That one was just like, I was going with Gatto, but yeah. All right. Yeah, Jasmine's 33. Jasmine's 33. Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, you think about it, like, yeah, 33 now, that type of style. Ulysses said, I already said Silva Mercs O'Neal. Damn. Oh. Then BJ come back and said Silva Mercs O'Neal. Right. Ah. I mean, her tech. Dang, I'm 0-3 with Jazz picks now. You should have stopped it too, man. See, I picked Silva for this one. Maybe you should have went with my pick. See, she did you not bet with the K Hansen one? You should have won the K Hansen fight, right? You picked Jasmine to beat K Hansen, right? You should have went with Silva, man. Well, I was leaning towards Jasmine, but then that other day in the stream, I said, no, I'm gonna go with Silva because I was just playing footage in the background, and I said, oh no, this girl ain't got defense to hang with Silva. Ulysses said, it is what it is. She won't take Silva down. Silva's pretty strong, man. She couldn't be taken down at that big girl. But she circled around, constantly had great. She circled around, showed great takedown defense. BJ said y'all grasping at straws. They grasping at straws. How? How you grasping at straws on that? I thought they just breaking some detail down. I'm just saying. I mean, they just going in with detail. I mean, it's not really grasping. I mean, you just looking at styles in footwork. Robot Cheese said I just fade her on all my fights until she shows better defense. Right, and if Modifari is tagging you, I imagine Silva would do more. Oh no, you picked K Hansen. Oh my god, man. I didn't pick her. Hell no, I didn't pick her. I didn't pick K. So you should have came to me again though, please. I mean, I'm not guaranteeing you anything, but you should have came to me again because I picked Jasmine. I picked Jasmine and I picked Silva. I did pick Glory to Paula, so yeah, don't come to me on that fight. Bluebird said your grasping at straws that hurt. BJ, we talking about sending him a link. Man, I'm about to wrap it up here in a minute, bro. And if you going in on these chats, man, hey. Uh, oh man. Mm, yeah, I did pick. I did pick Casey O'Neill to pick Antonina to beat Antonina. So that should tell you something about my picks. I picked Casey O'Neill to beat Antonina and Roxy. But whenever I start picking against, that should tell you something. I think I said she would stop Antonina in 2, and she did, right? Mm. Let's see. Gary Ballin says saying Casey fights for the belt is grasping at straws. Oh man. Bluebird said Casey has started doing squats in the weight room, so her knee is healing up. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, she said it's healing up nicely. Uh, let's see. Antonina had crucifix on her, but it's like she had no top control whatsoever to keep the position. Okay. No, it said, I wonder who the UFC will give O'Neal next. Very interesting because of that torn ACL. You know what? Her and Suarez would be a good fight whenever Suarez comes back. Is Suarez trying to come back this year or next year? I'll go ahead and say O'Neal Suarez is a good fight because no need to rush Suarez into a top five. Because she's been out for almost 3 years, probably 3.5 pretty soon. So I'll take Suarez and O'Neal. To break into the top 15, get you a top 15, and then eventually move to top 10, top five, title eliminator, title shot. Right? That's how it should go. I like that though. Yeah, like if you want to give her like somebody that's healing up too, O'Neal, Suarez. Dang, Sink said she gonna maul her. Suarez beats O'Neal. But you never know. Like you never know because the layoff. That's why I'm making this thing happen in my mind because you never know what can happen. Now y'all are thinking of Suarez of old now. Look, all y'all that picked Joanna, y'all saw what Joanna came back and looked like. Joanna was out 2 years. All y'all picked Joanna thought she gonna beat Wei Lee. You saw how she looked. So I'm just saying, like, this is a starting ground. This is a starting ground. Because because why the hell you think I didn't say Joanna needs to go in there and get a title shot because she was out for 2 years. She needed to be fighting Marina Dern to get that rust off. As soon as she fought to improve Wei Lee, she got killed. See, I think Casey O'Neal Suarez is an easy fight. That's not really an easy fight. One's been active, one's younger, one's young and active in there, and other ones had some injuries and fighting at a new weight. Think about it. Because I'm thinking with logic right now. If you put Suarez in there with Vivian Araujo, somebody that high up, you know Vivian gonna win that fight. That's why I'm trying to start from the bottom up. You know Vivian Araujo will probably win that fight. She fight Manon, you know who gonna win that fight. I love Suarez, but if we just talking logically right now, like if I was in her corner, her manager, I'm gonna be like, no, you gotta fight. Let's see what you look like against the number 13 first. Let's fight number 13 before you try to fight at number 5 or 6. especially if you know your style is going to be changing up from what it used to be. Shoot. TJ said layoffs don't matter. That's what Philly fans think. Right. Yeah, some stuff I say goes in one ear and out the other. I find myself repeating a lot because people forget. But that's how it is, even as a teacher, you got to repeat stuff because people don't listen. I ain't going to say kids because, no, grown ass people don't listen. It's not just a kid thing, even kids, even adults don't listen. You got to repeat yourself more than once sometimes. You ever teach people older than you? Wow, man. Teaching people older sometimes. Teaching people that are older than you sometimes. Oh, man. At least kids I can give a pass, but older people, oh my goodness, sometimes y'all. Andrea Lee too. Andrea Lee's a name too. Gary Baldwin said Andrea Lee, her KKK energy on O'Neal. Yeah, Suarez and Andrea Lee is still a fight I want to see too. So I think Grass will find a way out of the fight with Arujo. Somebody tell me I'm wrong. Wow. I don't think so. Not on this one. I don't think she will. Six said Tony Kelly turned off his comments on his post. Oh, did he? Boy. He can't take it now, man. No, I think Grasser would take that fight. Gary got the jokes. He said Casey would be like, I did not see that coming. That's funny. Him and Sing killing me today, man, with these Casey O'Neill jokes. He said Grasso don't duck. Yeah, Grasso ain't gonna duck Vivi. I don't think so. She wants to get a title shot. She gonna have to fight her soon. Okay, y'all still got like 24 people. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Let's go up to 20 likes. Still at 17. So get up to 20 likes and let's see what else. Yeah, we ran through everything, man. We just talking about all this stuff. Wait a minute, you still there, BJ? Where are you at? Because yeah, BJ, you missed the other conversation. Where he at? BJ, you still there? Yeah, you missed the conversation earlier, BJ. I was talking about your stream the other day about Dern being a heel, and I was just saying I don't think Dern needs to be a heel. Yeah, you missed out on that part. Let's see. Bluebird said Grasso has 9 cancellations. She managed her career very tight. Looking forward to her proving me wrong. Yeah. Yeah, 9. I mean, yeah, I can see that happen, and a lot of fighters get injured. Uh, Mark said Grasso is in the danger zone. If she ducks Arujo, she might get Santos once she comes back. Or she might get Manon too. Shoot. The Manon, if Manon beats Andrade in September, she might close out the year with Grasso if Grasso doesn't fight in August. But I think, yeah, that fight will happen. I think that fight's going to happen. BJ said Dern plus heel energy equals champ. How? How does her becoming a heel? I just need to know that. Like, I want to understand that. Like, how do you think heel? How does heel help her become a champ? I think better footwork and a jab is going to make her become champ. Tatiana Suarez said, I can't imagine. Uh, BJ, that better be a bot or a spam. That better be a spam comment. Oh, you were talking to TJ. Okay, I see that other comment up there. I just saw that bottom one. I was like, BJ, what the hell are you talking about? I was like, either you sent that to the wrong person, or I was like, I'm about to block this person right here. All I saw was that second comment. It said, "What's your email?" I was like, "Hell, what is he talking about?" I'm about to block you 2-3 times for that. I was like, what the? I was like, I know he ain't talking to me. No, yeah, you're right. Dern, Gary Ball, and yeah, Dern doesn't really need to be a heel. She got that other factor going for her. Like Paige Van Zandt. Mm, but y'all crazy. That ain't nothing to brag about. That ain't nothing to brag about with me. Okay, so for about 2 hours. Let me see. I stretch my back out. Dang, Sink, he said Chiducky and we get thraxed by Manon. Excuse me. I know, man. Dang, Gary, for real. I was trying to avoid that. I'm just saying, I'm just, Anyways, enough of that weird talk, or I will start timing people out. Um, Chiducky has said want to get Thrax by. Oh man, I I personally don't think she's ducking, but I've been known with Thrasher, as I like to say, Thrasher. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, been known with Thrasher. She would really thrash her for not taking the fight on that said date. Chicken. Who do they call it? Somebody call her Chickagan, Chicken Kagan. Wow, and it it's messed up because the name is fitting too. You know what I mean? Like Chidukian, Chicken Gagan. She should have just took the fight. Yeah, BJ, it is, man. Chikagan versus Manon is seriously a good stylistic matchup. Cause she's a good fighter. But Manon's on a mission right now. And if it's not gonna be her, it's gonna be Andrade. So hope she can handle this Andrade fight, man. Oh boy. Yeah, man, the tough house, like I said, it's pretty interesting though. We got a lot of we have some good scraps. I'm just really questioning who I think is gonna be that next one. Mm. Robot Chicken says Silva versus Blanchfield. You know what? Silva might Silva Silva's footwork would mm, Silva's footwork would be trouble, I think, man. Silva in her punch and kick selection. I don't know, man. That would be an interesting fight, Robot. Because they're all on the lower level anyway. So any fight at the bottom right there is kind of, you know, style wise can always be kind of tricky. Mastermind said any interesting matchup about bantamweight? I don't think so. Let me think. Interesting matchup. Let's see. Interesting matchup at bantamweight. Not really. Besides the champ fight, right? Oh man. Ulysses said the French girl can get it, then she dips. I know, man. She had me going, man. I wanted that fight. All right. BJ said who snapped O'Neal's head back like JJ snapping Aaron's head back. Procopio did, but O'Neal hasn't really fought like a high level striker like that, too. Aaron's fought tougher competition, so O'Neal hasn't fought anybody that's really Modafari touched her, yeah. But she hasn't really fought like top competition that's going to really, really push her like that. Are the fighters still in the UFC that Casey O'Neill fought? Yeah, like Dobson was kicking her in the body too. Are they still in the UFC? Let me see. Dobson's gone. Procopio's gone. Roxy's retired. Antonina's still. She's supposed to come back, but she's not really around. See, JJ was snapping Aaron's head back because JJ's a high level striker. That's a good name on Aaron's resume. But guess what? Aaron beat her. Thank you, Gary. See, Gary just backed up what I was saying right there. See, Gary said Aaron fought the better striker between the two, and she still finished her. See, JJ Aldridge, I think, is like JJ Aldridge is better than anybody on Casey O'Neill's UFC resume to me. Am I right or wrong? To me. Brian's about to save you again, BJ. He gonna save you. He got your back again. Of course, Brian got your back. He said, "Real talk, Aaron's done no more than Casey. Whose resume is better? That's the point we're talking about. She's proven more with her fights, and her skill set is better. So that's the argument." Oh, Antonina's a better striker than JJ now. The one that got finished by Casey O'Neill and dominated by Caitlin Chikagan and beat by Roxanne and beat by Andrea Lee. I think JJ is a better striker. Because did Antonina beat any of them fighters I named or give any of those fighters trouble? Did she beat Ariane Lipsky with her striking? Did Antonina beat Ariane Lipsky with her striking? I mean, I'm just naming these fighters off top. I ain't even got a resume. I do this in my sleep. Come on. JJ's actually beat some fighters with her striking. Soon as her striking was stepped up, Antonina lost to Caitlin Chikagan. She couldn't outstrike Roxanne. She couldn't outstrike Andrea Lee. Andrea Lee dropped her and rocked her. Well, I don't think she dropped her, but she rocked her bad. Right? Right? And then Casey O'Neill finished her. She couldn't outstrike Casey O'Neill. So how is Antonina a better striker than JJ when Antonina's a good Muay Thai boxer, Muay Thai fighter and boxer, but she couldn't outstrike Casey O'Neill? Dang, man, I must be a bad judge of strikers now, man. And Sync, it's not even that. It's not even that she was a Muay Thai champion. She's also a boxing. She's also a boxer. She's also, she knows the point fighting style. She was also amateur boxer. She comes from the boxing background as well. And yeah, granted, JJ, she got stopped by Macy Barber, but she was doing pretty good work with her hands, and then she outclassed Demopolis, Jillian Robertson. She beat Courtney Casey. Excuse me. So she's had some decent wins. I'm saying she's better than Antonina's. And I'm just saying, it's going by the resume, man. Antonina's a better striker. Excuse me. JJ Aldridge is a better striker. Gary said just make Casey and Aaron eventually. Well, Aaron called out the barber, Jessica Eyewetter, so we'll see. James Press said Roxy is garbage on the feet. I disagree with that. Roxy's not garbage on her feet. Her striking helped her land on fighters like see, I gotta keep on going. See, I gotta, I'm glad I know this stuff off top, because some of y'all know Roxy is not garbage. Roxy is not garbage. Roxy outstruck Macy Barber, took away Macy Barber's power. She landed on Viviane Araújo, right? Last fight, but she landed on Casey O'Neill. Got a good jab, got decent footwork, very awkward, but Roxy's not garbage, man. And Casey O'Neill was a good win. No, Roxy was a good win. That was her best win to me. Roxy was Casey O'Neill's best win. That was her step up. She outstruck her. See, y'all be quick to judge them. That's what I'm saying. Like, I tell you if somebody's better than somebody, but to say Roxy's garbage, come on, man. Y'all didn't believe me when I said Roxy's striking was better than Montana. I had to school BJ on that. Nah, man, Roxy got hands, man. Like, she ain't got the best record, but she's got some okay hands, and they better than Montana, and they better than most fighters because she lets them go. Maybe if you would have caught Roxy maybe like 2-3 years ago, she probably would have beat Casey O'Neill. Like, if Casey O'Neill was around at that time, she probably would have beat her then. But she's already getting older. She's had some head issues. So yeah. So I give Casey O'Neill credit on that. That's her best win, Roxy. That's why I wanted to see that fight, because that's a step up in level. To me, that's the best striker on her resume now. How much, the scale of a 1 to 10 striking for Roxy? I'd say about an average. I'd say about a 5. I'd say about a 5 or 6. I mean, if she's got some wins off of them, I'd give her like a 5. I'd give her like a 5. No, 6 is being good. 6 and 5 is good. 6 and 5 is what you need to get the job done in the UFC. And I'll tell you if somebody's hands aren't good now. Come on. Yeah, well, if you ask most don't know striking like that. 5 is not garbage. 1 is garbage. A 1 is garbage. Know your ratings. 5 is in the middle. 5 is average. 1 and 0 is trash. 5 in the middle. When you in the middle, that's average. You know your ranking system, right? 1 to 10, halfway is in the middle. Half is, half in the middle is are you trolling me right now? 5 in the middle is average, right? Oh. Exactly. Ulysses said 5 means you can throw hands. 5 is not garbage. Come on. TJ said rate Casey O'Neal defense. I give it about a 3. And I'm being generous. Out of a 10, I give it about a 3. No, I'm not doing 50% like an exam. Exam is different. When you're doing your grade averages, that's different. 50% is failing. That's different. It's not the same. I'm not rating this like school. Marcus said there's nothing to brag about Roxy's hands. She's just okay. Exactly. I mean, well, yeah, that's the point. We're not bragging about her hands. We talking about her hands as a whole. Like you say, her hands are garbage. I need to know why. How? Yeah, I ain't bragging on her hands. I'm talking about her hands. Like, see, we taking technical stuff now. Like, yeah, we talking technical stuff. Like, no, Marcus, nobody bragging on her hands, man. We just you ask me a question, I'm gonna answer it. So, and if you disagree, I'm gonna go in. So, believe me, when you start with me with something, we go in. I'm going in. So, yeah, BJ. Now her hands, yeah, that's below Roxy. That's below that. Sink said, whose hands would I rate as a 7 at flyweight? Let me see. Hmm. I think Arujo. Had to think for a second. I would say like Arujo. Hands. Let me see. Grasso, because Grasso might be pushing an 8. Grasso's pushing an 8. But I would say like Arujo is probably a 7. Yeah. Arujo's a 7. I see a lot of people say Arujo. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Arujo's like a 7. Yeah, that's why I said Grasso's. That's why I said Grasso's pushing the 8 to me. But yeah, I would say Arujo's probably a 7. Chikagan, I would say 8.5, 8.7. Pushing the high, yeah, I would say Chikagan's pushing a high 8 on. I mean, nine's a little too generous, I think. Because when you talking nines, I'm thinking like 9 and up is like 9 and up. I would say is like Joanna, Valentina, GDR, and those fighters. Uh, Chikagan, I would say an 8 just because of the lack of the power. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Who's average? Roxy. Like I said, you talking about Roxy? It's hard to nah. Nobody's a 10. Nah. Yeah, nobody's a 10. I ain't even thinking of that. No, nobody's a 10. And nobody's ever proven to be a 10, not in their striking. I would say like high nines is, like Joanna, GDR, Rose, and Valentina. And if Chikagan had more power, I would put her at 9. But just off of technique and everything, I would say she's like a high 8, like 8.9 or something, 8.7. I'd say Roxy's like pushing average. She's pushing like average. She's not above average. Never said she was above average. Where'd you get above average, James? I mean, see, this is good talk. I mean, we talking about rating somebody's hands. We ain't talking no BS. I mean, that's what we do over here. Like, I'm not gonna be talking gossip. I mean, if y'all want to talk about and debate somebody's skills and hands, that's what we gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, that's fun. It's not childish. We talking about someone's skill sets. Let's compare skill sets. That's what we do. You know, I mean, we ain't arguing about a fighter's looks. I'm never gonna be doing that. Like, we ain't gonna be rating the fighter's looks over here. But we talking about uh, someone's hands. That's what we do. Roxy's punches did something against Arujo a little bit. That's what I said. I said against Arujo, not much so much as Santos, because I remember I think Santos dropped her a couple times with some left hooks, but the Arujo fight, she had some success in that third round, and that's pretty good against a tough fighter like Arujo. Yeah, I heard that Hannah Cyphers is out of her fight. Mm. Santos is 8 straight offense, 7 defense, 8 is a grappler. You think her defense is a 7? I guess when you think like for offense, it's part of her defense, right? Yeah, I like Hannah Cyphers. I mean, I ain't got a problem with that. I like her. She accepts the call when y'all favorite fighters pull out. Boom, bam. Okay. Sink said Kareem Silva's 7.5. Let me see. 7.5. 7.5. I want to see a couple more wins against some different opposition before I give Kareem Silva 7.5 as a sure mark. I want to see it against two different type of fighters. Several different types of fighters. Yeah, Gary, I give her about a 6 right now. Oh no, y'all talking about Kareem Silva. Yeah, still I give her a 6 for right now, but I won't go 7.5 until I see a couple more things. I'm my bad. I'm thinking of Natalia. I'm taking Natalia. Same deal with her. She only had one fight so far, so I'll wait. Yeah, Tyler versus Manon or Arujo. All three of them are good matches. Corinne versus Natalia. I'm gonna say Natalia on the feet, but on the ground is pretty tough to call. Like Corinne's pretty good on the ground in some situations, but sometimes she's kind of a slow starter. So I kind of favor Natalia Silva a little bit more. Kind of touch and go, but you never know because Corinne, she does have a laser sharp right hand. Laser right hand when she finds out her range. That's the thing, like, Corinne Silva's got that 100% finish rate too. So that girl will be finding ways to win. Like when she gets her hands on you, it can be a wrap too. Or you can beat her. You know what I mean? Oh, you asking who we talking about? Oh, we're talking about Corinne Silva because Gary said Corinne Silva. Yeah, Gary. Yeah, they had all said Corinne Silva, but I threw Natalia in there. So, Robot Chicken said, if Lucy Pudilova goes on a winning streak, I'll be happy. Yeah, I'm ready to see Mandy Bourne come on back, man. She didn't have the best showing the first time around, right? Anissa Mexican boy. She's a beast, right? Can't say she puts on a bad fight. I like watching her fight. Anissa Mexican. Let's see. Real quick, because I probably jump on next time I jump on this thing, it's gonna be like Wednesday. So hold on. Who we got fighting this weekend? Demopoulos, Vanessa Demopoulos, and Genu Fry. Rock with Genu Fry in that one. I think we got Pam and Kat this weekend, right? Bellator 282. Oh snap. Let's see, Bellator 282. Oh yeah, Kat, Pam. Let's go, Pam. Oh man, then we got Alejandra Lara and Alara Johanny. Oh yeah. Yeah, man, they coming back this weekend too. Finally. Laura Johanny. That's what I'm talking about. And then Kat and Pam. UFC wise, yeah, we just got Demopoulos and Genu Fry. Okay. Who else do we got? PFL 5. Oh, this is all men's fights. This is all the heavyweights. Never mind. Oh, okay. Aries FC 7. I'm about to check this out. They got some decent women fights on here. Well, okay, yeah. Not much going on this weekend too big. I mean, yeah, that's a major one I'm looking at. Kat and Pam, and then Laura and Iwani. That should be interesting. Yeah. Oh man. Pam looks ready too, man. I've been watching. Keep an eye on my girl Pam. I know she gonna climb this ranking. She been making noise. Yeah. Julie Avila, Robot Chicken said Julie Avila. Not anytime soon because she gotta have a baby. Yeah, she's gonna have that baby pretty soon, right? I would like to see that though. That's firecrackers right there. Gary said Anissa also trained with Manon. Yeah, I seen. Yep. Yeah, Kat got to make sure she ready for this one, right? This is her first top 10 opponent since she's been signed to Bellator. She hasn't fought any top 10 opponents yet. This is the very first one she's fighting. The very first fighter that she's fought is a top 10. Yeah, Pam might be that one. Dangerous in the clinch though. Pat Pam has to be careful of that. Yeah, Pam been wanting that cyborg smoke for real, man. She been wanting that. Hmm. All right, I was just reading something. Okay, y'all. So, yeah, I'm about to get up out of here, man. I'm done. Just wanted to sit on here for a little bit while I was taking care of some business on my laptop. So, other than that, man, I mean, yeah, this ain't like a big weekend. The next weekend we got Tate and Murphy, right? In 2 weeks. But yeah, this week Cat and Pam, Bellator has actually got some fights I want to see. So yeah, we're gonna go from there. And let me see. If BJ said he gonna go live tomorrow, well, I'll definitely catch you if you are while I'm at work. I gotta work tomorrow, so yeah, I'll catch you on your live tomorrow. And I go over there and talk that trash to you because I know you got that. What you talking about, man? Wait, there. Yeah, some stuff I want to talk trash to you about. So yeah. Cause I meant to stay on the other night with you, but yeah, I got busy, so I couldn't. Um, Make sure y'all subscribe, hit that thumbs up, and yeah, we'll do this again Wednesday. Combo Breaker 99. I am out. Subscribe. Peace.